Not a bad one.
Oh, you like the sound of that Alan me drinking his water? Huh?
No.
Sounds like hydration.
What is up, everybody? I'm about to choke. I didn't time that correctly. Anyways.
You are the worst.
I did not time that correctly at all, dude. That's some simple fucking math there. Just like, we got seconds till we start. Maybe don't drink all that fucking water. But I didn't think about that, guys. So, Don't Tell the Free Show. They're going to be starting at some point. I don't know. I think they're going to be starting in 15 minutes. But we're going to keep you guys as entertained as much as we possibly can, entertain you, and as long as we can. This might be another long show, but who knows? There's so many topics going on in the world right now. We got a review. We got a bunch of shit going on. But Alan, how are you doing, good sir?
I'm mad.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Shit. Why are you mad?
I have no reason. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. Gotcha, how about you, man? I mean, granted, I already just saw
I'm
it
just
before.
shocked and amazed by this man's anger problems, but besides that, I'm doing good.
Well, besides that, too, though, dude, you were talking about... I want you to tell people what's going on with you, because you finally put your... You know, like a big boy, you put your whole gaming setup together, and apparently you're just fucking enjoying yourself over there. So, yeah. What was the big change that you made?
The biggest change I made is I took out the screen I had originally. I had one that I got like a good 2, maybe 3 years ago now, and it was aged already. The pixel resolution was as low as you could get now without actually doing any kind of real gaming, and notice the difference. So it was time for me to upgrade, and for the longest time, I've been looking into buying a new monitor. And I ain't gonna lie, I spent a little splurge on Christmas on me, so I bought the LGL gaming monitor. So if y'all don't know, that's the one that has the light up in the background and shit. That changes like different LED lights and shit. I'm a sucker for LED lights. I like the whole RGB setup that's going on right now.
I hate RGB lights.
I think it adds care to it, adds customization, which at the end of the day, all consumers like.
By the way, Alan, have you heard of a
No. Have I heard of a commie? Yeah, I'm best friends with one.
Hi.
Wait, what? No, I mean like the video game.
It's a game with a dog, with basically a dog god.
Really? Okay, because like I'm looking at this, I looked it up right now because someone brought it up in the chat. Brightburn actually, so thank you for bringing that up.
Call me. Okay, yeah. I'm actually trying to. It was an old game I had platinum. It's okay. I'm playing on the Switch. I'm trying to enjoy it. I don't think there's much combat, and the game is weird as fuck, but it's okay.
But Jen, how about you? Because someone asked if this is better on Wii or PS2. But like in general, like if games are on both systems, which do you usually lean towards? At least back in the day.
I played it on DS.
Ooh, well, no, honestly, that's probably the best one too.
Well, didn't it start on DS? No, it was PS2. It didn't start on DS, but it's probably the best system because actually, didn't it start on DS because of the fucking weird what was it? There's a brushstroke system where if you draw and you can create the.
I think it started on PlayStation. I think it started on PlayStation 2 first, and then it went to DS.
Okay, so since we're talking about DS, just for a second, not DS, I mean Nintendo DS. I've asked you this before, and I forgot your fucking answer, but I want to have another reason to get mad about it. Did you play those dogs games, those pets, dogs, whatever the fuck bullshit, Jet?
Oh hell yeah, I love the fuck out of those dogs.
Oh yeah, I had three of those games.
Okay, so what's the difference between each game coming out? Like, what do they add into the gameplay?
There is not really much of a difference besides some of the dog breeds, and then some of the dog breeds can even be unlocked in like the other games. So there really is no reason to get all three.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean the dogs look cute.
But my ass ended up getting all three anyway.
Just in case.
Actually, so yeah, it was just wasting money. But did I enjoy playing the game? Yes. Did the dog listen to me? Sometimes.
Okay, Jay, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to go around the entire call and ask this too, because I'm pretty sure. And chat, answer this before anybody goes. So as soon as you hear this, give me your answers. But Jay, I'm going to ask you, has there ever been, except for this, because I know you already said this one, but has there ever been a video game that you bought only because of the hype of the game prior, or because it was the cool thing to do, or like, what's a game that like you purchased that you felt stupid of after you got out of the hype? Oh, really?
Wait, who'd you ask first?
You. I said your name a couple times. I said Jet, and then Jet again.
You kept fucking talking. I was like, okay, like wait.
Well,
but no, don't ask me a random long ass question like that, and like not give me any time to fucking think. Go around, shit.
Well, that's what I'm
doing. You know damn well, my mind doesn't work that fucking fast. Shit. Start with Alan. He always got the fucking answer.
Okay, Alan. Did you even hear my question, by the way? Because I think we're so far removed from the fucking first sentence.
Yeah, and I don't want to answer the question.
Do that fucking silence and shit. You could also say like
No.
Jet to make it seem like yeah, okay, yeah.
You do realize that's exactly what I did, right?
Look,
no, I mean afterwards, all you fucking said was, oh, okay, all right then. I literally had to ask like, what? Who you talking to?
Yeah, anyways. I'm gonna say this real quick. I don't want to answer this question for reasons.
All right, I guess I'll say mine. Fucking yeah, like the Rock Band games. I did that shit all the time with, fucking. I did this with Resident Evil Gaiden for Game Boy. I felt fucking stupid after that. I was like, oh no, trust me, it's a good game. I felt fucking stupid as shit. But you, Ganjo, I'm gonna ask you, what would be your answer? A game franchise that you bought a video game from only because of the hype and you felt stupid after you bought it, etc., etc.
All right, I'm kind of feeling that way with Cyberpunk. The story's keeping me in. But like the more stuff's coming on and the more that I'm running into my own personal bugs now, and just like the whole things that are coming out with like how CD Projekt Red has like a lot of things that have like come out to light now, especially with the development team and the marketing team that was behind this game, and even to the point that as much as the game tries to portray this like transgender kind of ideology of like what the future will like when like people stop caring about that kind of shit. The game developers, or at least people within the marketing, we're still making very transphobic jokes, like in trying to like make like entertainment or attention for the marketing campaign they were doing, to the point that they got into like some hot water and they fired the dude. So that's why you didn't really hear too much about the news, because they quickly like cut the ties with the guy that was causing issues, which I give applaud to that. But it just shows that they're still susceptible to a lot of things within the game industry that I would like to praise their game for a lot of stuff, because I do like the story. I like the little like aesthetics they have in it. I like the ideology they're pointing out, the different aesthetics of the ideologies. Like, for example, like, oh, well, this is some of the good things that this shit gives us. Well, this is some of the bad things. I enjoy all that shit. But I don't know, man. I'm starting to feel that with but like an OG one.
It's probably a lot, yeah. Because like,
yeah, I've been playing games about the same amount of time as you've been. There's been plenty of fucking disappointments. The biggest one I can give you right now, Halo 3.
Oh,
fuck! I really fucking love Halo 3.
I would put that as my answer, but I got a worse one, and
I was addicted to it. I got all my friends hooked to that shit. That I have to put it as that was the most like overhyped game for that time period that I was coming up, that I just forced everyone to get into because I thought it was the best. I still love playing with you guys now, but like I know the flaws. I try to play the story mode of Halo 3, and it's like it's so bad. It's so bad.
So the reason I did not want to say my answer was because I should have stuck to my guns, but I didn't.
Uh-oh. What?
The answer is Destiny 1.
Oh, no, that's a great game.
No, it's not. That game is fucking terrible. And I knew from the moment it got announced, because it got announced with the people who revolutionized first-person shooters, and it fucking said Activision and Bungie. I'm like, you mean the companies that ruined first-person shooters? You have fucking every game trying to be Halo in the early 2000s, and all those fucking sucking. And then you had every game trying to fucking be Call of Duty, and all those games being trash. So we had these two trash fucking developer and companies coming together to create, we're going to create fucking, this spacefaring adventure, which is just Halo without Master Chief. And the shooting looked identical to the Halo games. The level design looked bland as fuck. It looked like you got a fucking scaled down version of PlanetSide 2. And for people that don't remember that game, look that game up and give me one difference between that and Destiny.
I'm gonna look that up right now, actually.
Look it up. It was the same fucking game. And I'm thinking about this. I'll tell everyone I know, like, this game is gonna be trash. These guys don't know how to write a good story. The Halo franchise is mostly created by the fans. It's like the Star Wars Extended Universe. Mostly the fans came up with that shit. This thing is not gonna be good. But then my dumbass
too. Look at how close the armor looks to anything on Destiny or Unreal Tournament or Halo or any of that shit.
Exactly.
This looks so similar.
It looks similar. And then I had the dumbass fucking notion to play that alpha, because they released an alpha.
So you got a preview of this shit, and then you were still like, well,
no. I played the alpha, and the first mission was great. I enjoyed the shooting. I enjoyed where grenades were and the controls. And there was no story, because it was just shoot this, go through this like mission and shoot a bunch of people. But it was playing with my friends and doing all this stuff with so much fun. I'm like, oh wait, the game's just gonna be more of this, right? Yeah, totally. No, that was the whole game. Every mission is copy and pasted. The story doesn't exist unless you go to their website, pulling a Hillary Clinton. Do you want the story to Destiny? Please visit my website. Oh my god, I'm just staring at this going, I bought the season pass. oh, everyone's laughing at me. If I just fucking stuck to my guns, I wouldn't have had to waste so much money. Because the game was, everyone fucking was like, yo, this game is fucking terrible. Like, the story is non-existent. The gameplay is repetitive as fuck. Every single quote-unquote MMO thing they added was complete bullshit. The season pass was never fucking worth it. I don't think I ever played a single thing. And the company knew it because people ran the fuck away from Destiny 1 for a while. And like as soon as it came out, it was hyped, but people just scattered like cockroaches because they realized how bad this game was.
So really quick, I'm going to actually look up a couple things from people in the chat. Firstly, I want to show JP's, but by the way, JP, hope you're having a good time over there in the chat. Hope everything's going good with you. But no, I'm looking at this PlayStation 2 game. Oh, what are you saying?
X-Men Legends is amazing. Who's saying it's not good?
JP, he said, like, why did I pay full price for that game? Like, a good concept wasted.
Oh, whoa. Okay, no, JP, I'll fight you, man. You take
oh, he said round one. He said round one.
Okay. I was like, you better be offended because I'll fight you.
No, but because I looked up X-Men Legends. Like, that's one you said earlier, man.
Yeah, he said X-Men Legends.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm reading the little comment. This isn't on Nick. This is on you. Unless you mean X-Men Destiny, which was the game that came out instead of X-Men Legends 3. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh no, he picked up Ultimate Alliance. Ultimate Alliance is a piece of shit. If that's what you're talking about, then sure. Yeah,
okay, maybe that's what JP said. He's like, yes. So I think you said what he meant. Yeah. Because here's the thing. So X-Men Legends, can you tell me about that just a little bit? Like what? Oh. Yeah, because like, is it like Spider-Man or Hulk or whatever?
Not really. Actually, it's very similar to. I don't know if have you ever played the Ultimate Alliance games at all?
No.
Okay, basically, what it is, it's set in the X-Men universe, and it's this 4-player co-op adventure where you play as various X-Men characters, and each of them have like 3 or 4 attacks. Like, for Wolverine, you have, you press A and you can do a lunge. You press X, you do your basic attack. But if you press like, R and then X, you get like a superpower that can like screen clear and stuff. And it was very Diablo-esque, where you would go and you had the isometric view. Thank you for the follow.
Actually, it's a subscription. Thank you very much, JP, for the actual subscription. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. And the thing is, it was very fun because you play with your friends, you could customize your characters, and it was a very classic RPG. But what got people in was the story was incredible. They managed to take a lot of elements from the X-Men universe, integrate them, and it was a long campaign, and you play with your buddies, and it was so much fun to kind of play that. They made 2 great games in a row, and people just kind of gravitated towards it, of just how good the story was, how good the gameplay was, how they managed to use the interesting worlds to create their, from what I could tell, an original story. And how the fact that it wasn't just, the typical X-Men. You use X-Men that people never even heard of. Hell, the second story is almost entirely based on a character that I don't even know if they ever did anything with them again. And it's such a good game.
Yeah, man. Something else that someone brought up in the chat, too, that I want to bring this up really quick. And this... where the fuck I'm trying to find it. Okay, here it is. So I actually thought this was cool, and when I was working at the video game store I was working at, I kept like always wanting to play this, and I kept like trying to bring it to customers and stuff. But have you ever heard of the Super NES Super Game Boy set?
No.
Okay, so this fucking thing, this is how stupid this shit is. So
what the fuck is that?
So this is for the regular Game Boy Color, right? But obviously it hooks up to the SNES. You grab that fucking cartridge that says Super Game Boy, you put it into your SNES, and then you get the Game Boy game, the small little cartridge, and put it into the slot, so you get to play your Game Boy classic games on the TV.
Yeah. I heard about this back in the day, because they had something for the GameCube where you could put like an attachment to the bottom, and you could play like Game Boy Advance games or something.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Well, GameCube did the Game Boy Advance one, which obviously looks better because it's the Game Boy Advance, but imagine the classic Game Boy games, like the black and white, ugly piece of shit ones, and then imagine that stretched out on your fucking TV.
Well, TVs weren't that big back in the day, but it was probably still terrible.
Yeah, man. Bad Boy saying I played all the best X-Men games, Mutant Apocalypse, X2, Wolverine's Revenge, Mutant Academy, all the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff. Okay, I'm going to say something that's going to piss people off. I think that Marvel vs. Capcom is a little overhyped.
It depends. You're 100%. They are very, very overhyped. I consider the best hyper fighters of all time. I personally don't like hyper fighters because I feel like they press 4 buttons and watch a cutscene. I'm like, I want to fight in my game. Not watch this fucking like Technicolor epilepsy warning. But
no shit,
people enjoy it, so I can't really say that they're bad games except for Infinite, which was trash.
See, and I know you didn't mind Infinite that much, but at the same time, just the gameplay didn't win me over because it's just like the other ones. And I gotta tell you, dude, like I love the characters and everything, but that's all it is. It's just like this weird, like fan fiction-y, like, oh my god, I wish I could see Nemesis.
Is that Hulk versus Frank West?
Yeah, and by the way, why the fuck is that a fight?
I don't know. It's again, it's never supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like Injustice or Mortal Kombat, where it's like, oh, very realistic. It's supposed to be these crazy, exaggerated anime-esque fights. So it's like that's why it's never really been offensive to me. Where it's like if they try to sit there and be like, we're gonna make it exactly like Mortal Kombat with how the realistic stuff. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense with their characters. But it's a very hyper quick like, and plus people aren't winning tournaments with Frank West. It's more of a joke fight.
Yeah, but Jay, I'm gonna come back to you though now. Have you thought about a game franchise that you bought something off of, and then you felt stupid afterwards because you gave into the hype?
Honestly, the only two I can think of are honestly one that I can think of, but I don't know if there's like major hype around the game. It was Rust, which was from recently.
Oh, yeah.
All of us played it. I mean,
that died quick.
yeah, like we thought it was gonna be something like Ark, and then the second we all get into it, just like, oh man, there's people just running around, just killing you randomly, kind of like Ark, but less fun. A lot of penis. You can't choose you can't choose your character at all. The building was okay. It just really wasn't that fun.
Yeah, and what they did was pretty cool. What they're trying to do is just that shit needs to be just slightly altered to not be so fucking hard. But what was the other one?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead, Alan.
Okay.
I was gonna say I want to add something on to what Jet said. Also, the fact that it reset every 2 weeks, so it's not like you could even build anything that lasted because the servers would just get wiped.
Yeah, that was so disheartening to hear that. It's like, man, I like that house I just made. Now it's gonna be fucking gone. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, Jet, what was the other one you gonna say?
Anthem.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel like that might be partly my fault because I looked at that demo and like, well, it's flying, so I like flying, so I feel like that might be my fault a little bit.
Well, I mean, that should be your fault.
Like, I was gonna buy it anyway because like I thought it was gonna be a different type of game, and it got boring like really really fast. Like the flying mechanic was actually pretty interesting, and also the fighting was nice until a little bit later it starts to get a bit repetitive, to where it's like, this isn't really any fun. Missions aren't fun; they're the same. The story isn't interesting, literally at all, to even keep you interested and wanting to keep going. It was just a very boring game. I'll probably try to end up finishing it like sometime in the future, but right now,
yeah, man.
Oh, I just realized I have one more, and this is actually the last game I ever really bought the collector's edition for, and it wasn't hype from the industry; it was my own hype. Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh yeah, you're right. I love
it. Was my own hype because of how much I enjoyed Oblivion and Skyrim. I was like, wait, it's just going to be all the maps? And it's something I always wanted, because we always talk about this in GTA. Imagine GTA where you can go to San Andreas, you can go to Vice City, you can go to Liberty City, all in the same game. We're always talking about that. Elder Scrolls is like, yeah, it's going to be every single place. You're going to go to Morrowind. You're going to go to Cyrodiil, which is Oblivion. You're going to go to Skyrim. You're going to go to all these places that you've never seen. I'm like, really? I got to go to all these places? But I don't like MMO, says Alan at age whatever the fuck when this game came out. It's like, don't worry, we got you. We're going to have this kind of almost similar fighting style to Skyrim and Oblivion, where it's not as refined, but it's better than a normal MMO where you're not just sitting there, press a button to click. It's like, you actually get the fighting stuff. And I'm like, wow, that appeals to me, dumbass gamer that didn't look more into gameplay. And this story's long. This story's gonna be a bit long. So I bought the collector's edition, $150, and the collector's edition came with a statue and a map, and the most important part of the story, a 2-week early access to the beta, which I immediately put the code into to get, and I threw out the receipt, which is also very important to the end of the story. So I played the beta and I hated it. I always go, the enemy density was so small that there's this mission where you got to kill like a bunch of mud crabs to get gold or whatever, or get these this one item. But the problem is you have to kill like 10 or 15. The issue was there's only like 3 that would spawn in the area. So you constantly saw a band of 6 motherfuckers chasing one mud crab. So it would take you hours to do basic shit in this game. The stealthing might as well just not exist, because if you try to stealth around, you have 1,800 motherfuckers running around you, so what's the fucking point? Mm-hmm. And I was just like, you know what, man, this is fucking terrible. I'm done. And I never played the game. Until a buddy of mine, apparently he had a fucking chip on his shoulder on his high horse, going, well, it's been a year, Alan. Maybe you should try it. I'm sure they fixed it. I go, I'm pretty sure they did. It's like, you're wrong. You're always wrong about this stuff. So I'm like, fine, let me play the fucking game. I couldn't play the game.
You know what I'm thinking too, by the way, as you say that, even with that voice, I'm like, did I know you back then?
No, it wasn't you. It was another one of my buddies. This was like a couple of years before I met y'all. So I had the physical disc. I downloaded it, and I tried to play it, and they're like, your code doesn't work. I'm like, I have the physical copy. I got the code. What's up? And they're like, it doesn't work. I'm like, okay. So I call them up, and this is what they tell me. Because I put the 2-week beta code in, that was what they assumed was my account, not the content I bought. They assumed I just got access to the beta, which overrided the code that I got with the box because I didn't put it in when the game released. Jeez. So even though I had the code for the game, the disc in my hand, all the physical shit I would need to play this game.
I think you said you put discs in my hand.
Literally shit in my hand. And they said no, they wouldn't let me fucking play it at all. And I am just sitting there baffled, going, I have this PC game I paid $150 for, paid like 5 hours of, and they're telling me because I put the beta code in, I don't have access to the full game. And there's nothing they can do about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And just tossed in the trash. I never fucking...
I definitely wouldn't have did that. I would have hung up and then called someone right the fuck back.
Yeah.
You ain't getting $100 in my fucking mind. We're gonna fucking fight, even if I fly all the way up there and start beating someone's ass. I'm gonna hang up, and then we're gonna get someone else on this fucking phone.
Yeah, no,
the thing is
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I have to pull the game out, and I'll pull it after like the conversation just to kind of show. But I gave up and never played it. So then another year passes, and my buddy goes, "They're releasing it on consoles. You know how you're always wrong about everything? I bet they fixed the problem. Never fixed it on console." Ever. It's the same game.
God damn.
And then they went free to play. I'm like, I'm never playing Elder Scrolls Online ever again. They keep trying to get me every fucking minute. Every time there's E3. Hey, you want to watch this cool CGI cutscene that's not indicative of the game? Cool. You want this card game? Cool. Hey, we're going to fucking go into Oblivion. You want to play this? No. I spent way too much time and money on this stupid fucking game. I'm never playing it again.
Yeah, I'm over there in the chat talking with Marcus too. He's like,
Marcus is losing his mind, man.
Yeah, because he's just like, they're a bunch of scammers, which I don't think they're scammers. I think they're just game developers, which, yeah, oxymoron. But the thing is, though, I do like CD Projekt Red's game, Cyberpunk. I think the game is fucking great. Even though they fucked some shit over and they screwed up people and they don't give a shit, blah, blah, blah. It's like, but the game's good. Like, I don't know. Like,
I disagree with that last part. I think they do give a shit because they could have easily done or said other stuff if they were acting like a real game developer.
Bro, they didn't give a shit. They even admitted in their press.
Yeah, they literally admitted it.
Oh no, what I mean is, yeah. But again, other companies would have been like, well, they would have come up with a more like hand wavy away. CD Projekt Red is basically putting themselves on the cross.
So essentially, Ganja, what you should do is if you rob somebody, if you just tell them, hey, I robbed you, then it's not robbing anymore.
I recognize my theft or your money caused some stress.
Yeah, I should not robbed you.
Nope.
Fuck y'all, by the way. Like, I'm not. Trust me, I was the first one to say that their actions were disgusting. So I'm not saying they'll be like, oh no, they're fine, they're okay. But by the way, as to the end off my story, I will say this, and Ganja knows this for a fact. If I ever get a gift from a buddy, no matter how much I hate it, I have to keep it because that's just how I grew up. It's just how I was, like giving back gifts. Like it's not in my heart, to the extent where I have this game. My buddy, I don't know if we could show it on the fucking. Wow,
it's censored. Oh shit!
I have a green screen, so I'm gonna turn that off real quick.
Okay. Yeah. When his green screen turns off, guys, it's gonna be just a bunch of girls in the background, just like ah.
Okay. So my buddy bought me this game. He bought me Elder Scrolls Online for the console because I refused to fucking play it. I've had this ever since. I can't get rid of it. Plus, no one ever buy the game's free to play. But I literally I still have this fucking game for years. I've had it, and it's like I can't get rid of a gift, so I fucking kept it. But I fucking hate this game so much.
No, dude, that game, like every time I see that, I think of that story. But I'm also looking at it too. I'm like, wow, okay, so I know for sure that Skyrim has been released on fucking everything, but they're doing the same thing to the other games too. And then, like, even last week with the Game Awards, they even did a trailer for Oblivion again. It's like, god damn it, yo, like, come out with new shit or stop. Like, what the fuck?
It's an MMO, so all they have to do is just sit there and be like, well, we're gonna set it in a new area or expansion pack. But the problem is I don't really think many people play it, so I really don't know how it's alive. And honestly, it was after Fallout 4 where they released that, then this had 76, and everything Bethesda's doing, it's like, bro, you guys are the worst. Like, you guys are out there with one of the worst companies, so it's like, fuck Elder Scrolls 6. You guys haven't made a good Elder Scrolls game in 10 years. Why am I going to be excited for another one?
But yeah, no. Here's the thing, though, because I just realized, like, holy shit, I've been on for quite a bit. Corey should actually be starting in a minute now, guys, so be prepared for that phone call to me. But before we continue on, I want to get started on this first topic because I know that we're probably going to be on this for a while because it's such an interesting... It's something that keeps developing as every fucking day goes, and I'm starting to get worried. But last week, one of the things we talked about that I was very, very happy about was R2. The trailer, I lost my fucking mind.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my god, R2, And we already talked the story about how me and Alan pretty much called it right away as a joke, and then it fucking actually is R2, so it's all this crazy stuff that's going on. But then, I'm looking at this, and apparently on Game Rant, I was just looking for topics, and it says Vin Diesel's working on R2, not just acting in the game. Yes, people, apparently he's a fucking producer on the game.
Gang, Vin Diesel. I see you over there developing that shit with Tokyo Drift Speed.
Yeah, dude.
It threw me off because Vin Diesel, like, for people that they always make fun of, oh, he's in a DD, he's a nerd like us. It's like, yeah, he likes shit that's not bodybuilding and muscle cars. Like, oh my god, he's such a nerd. It's like, no, he just enjoys other
protein
stuff.
shakes, muscle cars.
Yeah, I know, and it's like, I was like, oh, that's actually really good. I'm glad he's kind of into just other stuff and he's not afraid to admit it because, he probably good at the toxic masculinity shit of like, what are you talking about? You should lift weights, fuck your D&D. It's like, no, I enjoy this
wonder
shit.
what Vin Diesel's doing this week, bro. You probably think he's chasing cars, chasing women. Nah, he spent 8 hours building a wooden house.
Nah, the motherfucker has a wizard hat on playing Cyberpunk going, shit, I wish I was in this game too.
But like, before we continue on, Jed, I'm gonna ask you, what are you feeling about that? Do you feel, because like, here's the thing, I know that the guy's not, like, just into cars and women and fucking whatever, but like, you can't just be a nerd and say, oh, I can work on this game. It's like, did you, like, go to school for any of this shit? Like, do you know how to do coding? Do you know how to do anything? But like, Jed, what do you feel about Vin Diesel actually working on the game?
I couldn't care less, to be honest. I don't give a shit.
Does it make you worried that the game's not going to be that good because of the fact that, like, he's going to be all over trying to make his character, like, the shit and everything? Like,
I mean, like, if anything, that's not going to be his fault. That's going to be the people who even, like, threw him into that position's fault.
Oh, look at Charmander go. Thank you, Colin Gillespie, for the subscription on YouTube. Hopefully he can get in the chat with us and shoot the shit and whatnot. But, I mean, I guess I see where Jet's coming from, but I'm such a hyperbolic, angry person who doesn't want my games to be fucked with, especially when I actually like them. I'm upset about it, but Ganjo, I'm going to give it to you. What are you feeling about Vin Diesel actually working on the game?
All right, so to be honest with you, I'm kind of cool with it. Even if he doesn't have any real developer skills, there's a lot of producers on different type of products that don't have really any first-hand knowledge of what the entertainment product they're dealing with is. But they do have an appreciation for it as a fan. And sometimes those are the best people to have as producers, unless they get a little crazy and they start implementing their own ideas, like what you see from some artists that have joined, like, animation studios, have added themselves in and Dave the main character because, like, kid fantasy there's. Looking at you, new Powerpuff Girls. But besides that...
we don't talk about that.
Most of the time, they just bring back stuff because they're a fan of it, and if they're lucky, they make a buck off of it. So I'm wondering if that's really what Vin Diesel's thing is, and because he's apparently a huge time player of the game, he's just there as early tester.
And apparently he has, like, they say he's actually is a developer, so I'm sure he knows rudimentary. But I doubt he's going to be the only one coding, like, oh, this is Vin Diesel's entire code. It's most likely a situation where he's going to be, he's there for advertisement at the end of the day. It's like putting peel on your fucking work. Is he really going to be doing anything, or is he just there to put the, just so you can sell it?
He went
like,
by and smoked a cigarette. Does that count?
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be one of those situations. I'm sure he's going to have ideas like, oh, I want my character. Actually, Nick, you brought up a good point because, again, we've seen what happens with the Fast and the Furious contracts. He probably does have a say. It's like, hey, my character in the story needs to be the most badass person in the world. Yeah, no point can get eaten by a dinosaur. I'll fucking leave. Your game will lose its fucking big celebrity. He has to punch a dinosaur. Like, he has to be the coolest man in the world. And that's only, to me, it's like, I was thinking about this, like, for weeks of, like, what is this? What is Arc 2 going to fucking be? And the only thing I think of is I think they have Vin Diesel because I think they want to have a dedicated single-player campaign. Much like Dragon Quest Builders.
Yeah, and by the way, Dragon Quest Builders did it fucking great. But the thing is, though, I want to bring this up because Colin in the chat, he says, I can't wait to play Xbox Series X. Same for the first game. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second because something really bothered me today that I fucking read on Game Rant. But before we get into that, apparently Vin Diesel's put thousands of hours, which I thought that was kind of ridiculous, and then I literally looked up my own Steam achievement shit, whatever.
Did you have 1,000 hours?
Yeah, I put in 2,500 hours.
Yeah, I was about to say, you in 90s put in, like, thousands of hours. That's why I made the joke of pathetic. You only put in 1,000 hours. You guys look at your 4,000 fucking combined hours.
I'm like, dude, it's not good to see your addiction literally numerically displayed on the fucking thing.
Here, how much heroin you shoot up?
The most I've ever put amount into a game would be 400 hours, and that was Battlefield 4.
Yeah, and that has multiplayer, like you're playing team deathmatch, so you kind of lose track of it. But me, I remember like I must have spent hours like just building a house that's not even real. It was like what the fuck. But like I'm looking over here, and he's played this so much that apparently he's even like letting him know shit like, hey guys, berries should no longer taint the Feryx. You know, with the next major development as far as like the current game or the next game. And yeah, it's like he's already telling.
Oh no, he's one of those fans. Damn it! I thought he was a casual.
Bitch.
Yeah. He's one of those fans. He's not the casual fan of, I really enjoyed this. Could you stabilize? Like, no. This berry should not affect this animal at this time of the day, at this constellation. Oh,
gang, that's how. No, I support. That's how Ark was in the original.
No, fuck you.
Right, now I know Vin Diesel's one of me. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Vin Diesel's an old
fans that ruin the games for other people that didn't sit there and fucking go to university class to understand this stupid bullshit.
How do you feel about this, though, Jet? Because like I'm pretty sure you're such a tamer in these games.
Vin Diesel is that dude who in class, if the teacher didn't ask for homework, he'd be the one saying like, "Hey teacher, we had homework."
Yeah, like
no. He's not one of those kids. He's one of those kids. Actually, sir, the answer is actually 14.5. You actually miscalculated this because you didn't do that. It's like he's one of those motherfuckers. And I'm someone that was in school that was pretty smart. I hated those people too.
But I'm going to show you something really quick though, man, because the character he's talking about, Feryx, is on the new Genesis map of Ark, which by the way I think is free.
God, he's one of those nerds.
Yeah, so this is a new map, by the way. So he must have he already decided this kind of recently. But the thing is, I'm looking over here. This is the Feryx, nice and cute, right? You're probably thinking, oh yeah, definitely it could be eating berries. Well, explain to me how the fuck that it turns into this over berry eating. Like it literally.
I mean, shit.
Have you seen a bear?
Berries eat people too,
right?
Though.
No, they really focus on berries.
Bears are omnivore. They eat meat.
Okay, they only eat meat if they're not. They only eat meat. Okay, he is right there, omnivores. However, they're mostly vegetarian. The only time they ever eat meat is in a situation where they cannot find regular food.
Right,
but they won't go to berries, though.
We got to break it down because here's the thing: there are different type of bears, and this is where Ganja's love of getting high and watching Animal Planet comes to handy. So the grizzly bear is 100% a meat eater. He will eat berries if he ain't got nothing else. But you got the black bear. The black bear is what y'all thinking of. That's the Winnie Pooh motherfucker that likes honey.
You mean black bear?
Berries. He'll eat meat if he ain't got no food or it's wintertime and he's desperate. But the problem is the black bear is the smallest and the most timid of the bear. Alan,
okay. Well, then we just throw it there. Fucking gorillas and apes and shit like that. Those motherfuckers are all they eat is like
apes eat meat. So do
what about moose?
Yeah.
What about moose?
Moose are a freak of nature.
All right, then.
Mooses can apparently swim.
Yes, I think they're some leftover prehistoric shit, Jet.
Oh,
they are herbivores. They will fuck you up.
Oh, I remember seeing this one image where it's apparently the only known predator of the moose is the orca whale.
Yeah,
because those guys can go to like 6 or 7 meters under the water. So it's like, yeah, the only thing that could eat them are fucking whales. How high on the food chain are you that your only predator are whales?
There's a good YouTube channel y'all should check out. He just Google tier of animals, and I think it's Tier List is the channel. But he breaks down like the stats of different animals, and he actually goes into it. So it's not like some bullshit like, oh, he's got 5 HP. No, he's like, well, it's got hard leather hide. So it gives him some protection of this diameter. He tries to really make his scoring sound legit. So he's like, yeah, some animals are just fucking OP, and we're lucky we don't compete with them out here.
Yeah.
Let's not forget bison and rhinos.
Like legit, homie said we're lucky that orcas can't walk.
Dude, orcas are like a bus, man. Those things start to attack us, we're fucked.
God, dude, I'm just like the idea of that. Just like orcas are like a bus, and it's like
they are, dude. Have you seen how long one of those are?
Yeah, no,
like my dick.
No, legit. Stupid. No, but like whales, like everyone always talks about, like SeaWorld and how beautiful and majestic they look. They will fuck your shit up, dude. Like and dolphins too. Dolphins are fucking assholes.
They don't eat you though, and that would still confuse the scientists to this day.
Well.
I mean, again, why would they? I'm pretty sure they could eat you by accident and end up like fucking Japan.
That happens on purpose. That is not, but on purpose is different. Like they'll bite you and be like, "Oh, that's nasty," spit you out. Other animals be like, "All right, I guess that's meat."
You're thinking of sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said whale. Yeah,
but no, whale will actually spit you out and you'll have a chance to live. The shark go, well, fuck it.
No, they won't. You get eaten by a whale. That's you're done.
They spit you out, bro. They don't eat you.
Nah, man.
There's been no indicated like any types of death by whales.
How would you know?
Well, they have numbers. They keep track of this shit.
They tag the bodies.
How would you know? I'm sure the bodies wouldn't leave for a long time.
No, I'm just being stupid. I'm thinking of like.
That's like saying, how do we know how many people burn to death? We can't talk to them.
Yeah.
No,
we can count the corpse. Goddamn.
That attitude.
There's a body on land that we can figure out, but a whale, it's like, bro, like, how would the body ever leave?
There's been divers that have done it and have been like swallowed and lived.
I'm sure that people have lived, just like people live shark attacks, and sharks don't like to eat us.
Oh,
but
that's the funniest thing Jaws ever did. Like, sharks actually
I don't like Cheetos, but if I got a bag of Cheetos, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna eat them.
But the thing
they'll do that. A whale will literally go, I'm not eating that shit. No,
to go back into art though, because we're gonna get lost in fucking bears, and they're gonna talk about like they should be depicted in movies better and shit. I don't know what the fuck. But the thing is, though,
they eat better rice, goddammit.
But they're not represented well. But no, I'm looking over here, and one of the things that really bothered the fuck out of me was actually the R2 being exclusive to Xbox Series X. Now, Alan, I'm looking to you. Jet already tried to do this, but I didn't believe her because sometimes she's way too positive in situations that could easily be very negative. But I'm going to come to you, man. This is my last attempt. Please explain how this somehow has to do with me being able to play this on PC still. Because I'm not getting an Xbox Series X. I really do not want to get that. But if this is exclusive to it, I have no fucking choice.
Okay, so the thing about what Xbox has been doing for a while is that any game that's on Xbox system is going to have a simultaneous PC release. Now, I haven't seen anything that says. This is the first time I actually hear according to exclusive on Xbox, which means Xbox and PC. It just means that it won't be on PS5. However, considering the fact that this game was locked to Steam for years before it even had a console fucking debut, it's most likely going to be the console exclusive, and then you're going to be able to play it on PC. Because it's most likely this is like the exclusive, one of the exclusives they bought. I highly doubt it's going to be a situation like Yakuza 7, which is on the Xbox exclusive, but it's more of a next-gen exclusive. It's not on PS4. It's not on PS5. That's actually really weird as fuck. It's on PS4, Xbox Series X, but not PS5. It's a fucking wild situation.
Yeah, because that's fucking like, I don't know, that really, it confused me. But, like, I gotta tell you, like, Jeb, would you mind going to a different platform if that was the only way you could play R2? Because that's where I'm at.
I mean, it'd be a while.
Yeah,
I mean, if the game's really good, like, I don't mind. Like, I already said, like, down the road, I'm gonna get one of those. What's the name of the smaller Xbox Series X or whatever?
The S, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna get an Xbox Series S like sometime down the road, so I'll just plop it on there if it can actually play it.
Yeah, dude.
Wasn't there like some games that can't even be played on there that you can actually like only play on the Xbox Series X or whatever?
Yeah, it plays at a lower amount of quality, and then at the same time, I could have sworn there's like certain games that have features missing, like how the Game Pass has. Features missing from certain games, which I don't understand that. Like that completely.
I don't. It's weird because I'm looking into it right now. I'm only seeing the Xbox exclusive. I'm not actually seeing it being a PC. This might be a situation where it's console locked, which doesn't make sense for Microsoft's been doing for the last couple of years. We have to basically wait to see what ends up happening, but it might be a situation where the PC version comes out a little bit later. Just because they want to make sure it's optimized for that platform. I mean, it's Ark. Good luck optimizing that thing.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna have to wait until we see gameplay because right now it's confirmed for one thing, but it's only confirmed for the box. It says most likely coming to PC because of just how Microsoft does their games. But I'm not seeing any hard. I'm not seeing also a PC release.
Oh,
which
okay.
I don't know if that means you have to buy an Xbox Series X.
We'll see what the fuck happens, dude. But that shit was really bothering the hell out of me. And, you know, like I said, I don't know if I'd be willing to get a whole different console just for one game, but that's one of those situations where if you really had to get me to do that, I would probably do it for that game. I love Ark so fucking much. I just can't help it.
It'd be weird. It would be weird, but again, we'll have to kind of see what happens when they actually start really showing this game. Because you're already sold on it. Me, I don't. What the fuck's Ark 2? Like, what's the 2 for?
Yeah, I mean, I see what you mean in that sense, but at the same time, it's like, what did we think Minecraft was? I mean, honestly, after Minecraft, what did we think Ark was? We were like, oh, Minecraft that looks better with dinosaurs. But like, it's so much more than that.
No, you're right. But even if someone told me right now, you'll gun in my head, okay, Minecraft 2, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I came up with a couple ideas for Arc 2, but I don't think they're going to implement any of them. I think they should have a dedicated single-player campaign, much like, and Gonjo knows, like RTSs. They have the single-player campaign where you go through a version of a story, build up your empire, yada, yada. But then they have the real mode, which is the creative/sandbox mode, where you actually play against the computer AI and do your thing.
You click a random country like Tibet, you can conquer the world today.
Exactly. So what I'm thinking what they do with Ark is they have a dedicated single player campaign with Vin Diesel, but then they have the creative/sandbox mode where that's the actual game of art that we know. You go into this random area, you start building, you go to a server, yada yada. I don't know if they're going to implement that. That's the only way I can see. That's the first step to making a sequel is you have a dedicated campaign, much like Timefall 2 had a dedicated campaign. But I don't know if they're going to do that because we've heard literally no features about this. This might just be an engine upgrade, which would be as bad as Skyrim Definitive Edition, which was literally the same game, just slightly more stable.
Yeah. But to move on from this a little bit, I'm gonna get your opinion on some more video game shit. This is a big one for me. I almost cried when I saw this because I was like, "Oh my god, it's fucking real!" Mortal Kombat, man. The poster, it's here. April 16, 2021 on HBO Max and in the movie theater. It's fucking Mortal Kombat. I gotta tell you, dude. I know that I've said many times, don't go to the theaters because you get people sick. I will buy a whole movie theater and sit there by myself. I'm seeing this on a big fucking screen, dude. It's fucking Mortal Kombat. I've been waiting for this shit for fucking 25 goddamn years, Alan. 25 fucking years, and it's happening.
I mean, I got an animated movie that's the best Mortal Kombat movie. So it's like, I mean, look, do they have the right pieces? Yeah, I mean, it's produced by James Wan. They have a lot of good action actors, so it has all the right pieces to be Mortal Kombat. But I'm sorry, after that animated movie that came out like earlier this year, I'm just like, I'm good on Mortal Kombat movies. But again, and plus, take that animated feature out. There hasn't been a good live action Mortal Kombat movie in 20 fucking years. So it's like, and the last one sucked. There's only one good one.
The show is like Mortal Kombat Conquest was good, and Defenders of the Realm. I don't give a shit that Defenders of the Realm is amazing.
The only reason you liked it is because it got canceled.
No.
Because if it got a second season or a season after that fucking ending, it could have ruined it.
By the way, I'm pretty upset because Marissa was calling me out. Yeah, I did like Annihilation. Okay, yeah, I did. It's not a great movie. It's fun. All right, fuck you.
Terrible, actually, in almost every aspect.
But Ganjo, I'm gonna ask you, dude. Mortal Kombat, the poster here. For one, what do you think of it? But then also, two, are you excited for this, or are you kind of like, man, another game movie? Who gives a shit?
Motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. But
wow, thank you.
I am excited for you. I'm actually interested to watch it mainly because I'm friends with you, and I do want to watch it with you when it does come out. I know you're gonna quote unquote rent a whole goddamn theater, but if that doesn't come to fruition, I will enjoy to watch it with you through legal means to stream it together, so we can like. I need you there because like it's like you watching a history movie with me. Like I feel like you do that so you can get like a little insight of what's going on because you don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm gonna be like that with fucking Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna need you.
You guys never do that with me.
Well, because you'll still be mad somehow. Like, fucking... Yeah. Like, dude...
That's how I get. These two are like, I'll watch something with you because you're my friend. Yeah, you're my friend too. I'll watch him. What about Alan? Who gives a shit? No, he doesn't like anything.
People, he wanted to see Sonic because he thought it was going to be bad. That's
Yeah.
this
And
guy.
Gonjo
That's
was
the
right
motherfucker.
with me.
That's the motherfucker that he
We
is.
sat beside each other chuckling the whole goddamn time.
No, it was fun. But here's the thing. I didn't think it was going to be good. I thought it was going to be bad, and I
yeah,
didn't want
but
to
you
go
didn't
because I
watch
thought
it
was
for
gonna be bad.
me. That's what I'm saying. You didn't watch it because of me.
Of course
I think
not.
that's
It's a
one
bad
reason he
movie.
watched it for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But you're God's willing to have your back, and you do the same thing for him. But it's like when it comes to me, well, fine. I see how it is. I get left out like the.
Dude, bro, friends do not want other friends to watch bad shit. You try to show
What are
what's
you talking
happening.
about?
You put the
That's
happening
what
on
we watch,
Ganja's
like
flash
the-
drive. You put the happening
Yeah.
on Ganja's flash drive. That's
Literally,
evil.
we watched fucking Soul Plane because Ganja said so.
No,
we watch
y'all
bad
did.
things all the
I
time.
didn't sit there. Fuck
You
Ganja.
did. You watched it.
Yeah, he
sat
did
there for
twice.
the first one.
I was
You
jerking
watched
off.
it twice?
Yeah, he did. The last one he didn't really watch. He popped
He-
in.
Again, like I said, man. Whenever it's Ganja, you're golden boy. You'll be like, yeah, sure. But when it's me, fuck you.
I tried to get you to watch Walking Dead with me, and you're like, ugh, that's
I
too much
did.
storytelling.
It's fucking trash.
Not only did I watch Walking Dead with Diaz, I was there while his count got banned.
You know what, though? I had Allie watch Walking
Oh,
Dead with
yeah.
me on the wrong night, and I almost cried when Glenn died. And that was not cool. You know, you shouldn't invite people to an episode that might really break your fucking heart. So, yeah.
I have no fear of crying in front of y'all. I'm a man.
Bullshit.
Men can cry.
Man can cry.
No, fuck that.
No,
Here's the thing, though.
Yes, can't cry my hanky.
Okay, Jet. Look, these two guys. I mean, Ganja doesn't give a shit. Alan's like, it's gonna be bad. Jet.
That's a good thing. Put that on my plaque.
Ganja or Jet. Sorry.
Whatever the fuck your name is, what do you think?
I only
Jet.
wore her wig once.
I'm sorry, Jet, but please have my back here. You know, I just called you Ganja on accident. Are you hyped? Mortal Kombat.
I mean, I'm interested.
I'll take it. Fuck.
I was gonna say that's the closest thing you're gonna get to a win
Yes.
tonight, my friend.
Woo! Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm gonna go around too. For one, why are you interested, by the way, Jet?
I mean, it's Mortal Kombat, and plus, I mean, no one really gets on me about it. I like the 2 live-action movies.
Thank you.
Wait, both?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's like it's fun or something.
You're
Alan.
right. You're like, oh, you're talking to the person who likes Cat in the Hat.
Oh yeah, you like some stupid bullshit.
She likes Amazing Bulk too. Fuck, this does not help me at
Yeah,
all.
you like some stupid bullshit.
And
I
Shark
forgot.
Exorcist.
Hey. Slam and Salmon still holds up though.
Oh,
That's
that's
great.
I'm sorry, the one?
The one.
She has the one instead of the old holds up. Fuck
I don't.
you.
Oh, I don't only recommend bad shit. I like recommending funny ass shit too.
Yeah, no, Jet has good taste, but
Yeah, but
when
you
she
have
wants
a
to
really
be
sick
bad-
sense of humor.
dude, when Jet wants to be bad, she can fucking beat. And you know how everyone's like, "Oh, I got a great idea for Corey to fucking review this and review that." If
Oh,
he
don't ever
just
listen like
saw
that.
just a piece of Jet's brain, he would quit that bad movie review shit
It
quickly.
would kill movie reviews. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta utilize that a little bit. I gotta be like, Jet, all right, put me through the shit. But then again, it's like she even told me to watch Garbage Pail Fucking Kids, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, Jet, why are you this way? Why?
I mean, I hate that movie, but the thing is, seeing watching other people like deal with that bullshit's funny to me.
So awful. But yeah, man, Bad Boy Sand, Zelda, Spyro, Star Fox, Metroid, and Mortal Kombat are my favorite game series. Yeah, dude, I'm right
None of
there
which
with
will
you.
ever get. Oh, except for Mortal Kombat, none of which will ever get a movie.
Well, Zelda is currently getting a movie, right?
No,
I think it's like a TV series.
Oh,
On
that's been
okay.
long. They thought about it, but I think they eventually realized this is never going to work, so they just kind of stopped. Because there's this weird rumor they're going to put it on like fucking Netflix and make it like the Game of Thrones or whatever the fuck. Like, because apparently that was a way to sell shit back in then. Just, hey, it's fantasy, so it's Game of Thrones. It's like it just never worked out to anything.
So-
Mario's getting a movie.
Really quick though, do you feel like we're getting a trailer in January, or do you like when do you think a trailer can come out for this
I'm
movie?
surprised we haven't got one already.
Me too, because apparently this is supposed to come out in the summer of 2020. That's the
This
original.
was, yeah, it was literally supposed to go out. Honestly, I'd say a couple weeks. Because right now, I think the issue is Warner Brothers Warner Brothers kind of like really pulled the rug from under a lot of people by doing that whole streaming thing. Because I remember saying this when Wonder Woman got announced. I said if Wonder Woman does well, I can see them doing this for a lot of other stuff. They didn't even wait to see if Wonder Woman did well. They said, "Fuck it, we're doing everything." I don't think anyone really expected that.
Well, this whole thing
So-
too, the war's continuing with that because theaters are apparently trying to slash the WB ticket prices, just in retaliation. I don't know if they're doing that for all movies or just like WB movies, which is
Would
hilarious.
that actually wouldn't that go against them because they still have to pay the rights? Wouldn't that fuck with them? Because they
Well,
wouldn't make enough money?
Somewhat, but the thing is though, is they know that they'll make money out of those concession stands. I've thought about this recently because I'm a huge fan of The Prophet, obviously, and he goes through like he did an episode on popcorn. You know, like
Sure.
there was a company that was doing popcorn. And it takes basically, with the packaging and everything included, and salt and the butter that you put in the machines, blah, blah. It's like 75 cents it costs to provide somebody a large basket of popcorn, right?
Oh my god!
That fucking thing, by the way, costs $10 in most places.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's like 100 times more. I'm like, so well, no, because again, as much as that's kind of looking weird, the only reason we know that is because a lot of people are into movies. Guess what? That's how businesses work. Do you really think your iPhone costs $1,000 to make? It probably costs $100.
Yeah,
They just
for sure.
That's why they go around the world slave labor to make it as possible, and they upsell it for the fucking whatever. Like the parts themselves, like they got more expensive, but they're really making 5 or 6 times the profit per. Like they only need to sell half their slot. The rest of it is profit.
For an example, guys, and Alan's right, but think about this. The money that Apple made in 2015 probably financed everything they're going to pull off in 16, 17, and 18. And then those years also fucking finance whatever's going to happen in the future. Apple would have to fuck up so insanely bad to the point where it's like, why would they ever give you guys anything new when they already succeeded just based on this year? They don't have to try for another fucking decade if they don't want to.
They never need to try, and I'll prove this with the video game industry. The Wii U existed. And for a solid 3 years, Nintendo was only losing money for years. And then what happened? They released the Switch and they're back, and everyone forgot the Wii U existed. So it's like these companies can make the whole point of making profits is for when you fuck up.
And that's why I don't give a shit about movie theaters too, because on top of that, it's like, okay, yeah, the fact that theaters are going through so much, we're just everything's so terrible, we need money.
Care.
Well, no, they're doing that, but here's the thing though, it's like if you're going through so much to the point where you're gonna like AMC is about to lose their shit in January, then how the fuck are you slashing ticket prices when you need every dollar you fucking can get? Like, this is bullshit.
It's weird because it's like I'm having a conversation with all sorts of people. They're like, the movie theaters were nuts. No. I don't care about movie theaters. As far as I'm concerned, they can all die because movie theaters are what Blockbuster was like year 3 of Netflix. Where people, you know, they're the last fucking holdout, but it was like, this is the prestige of movies. You have to sit in a room with 18 other motherfuckers that can't say a word, and God forbid your phone goes off or you're fucking ostracized from society. It's this fucking elitist attitude of you have to watch it on this way or it doesn't count. It's like, yo, this pandemic showed that if you don't have theaters, movies grinded to a halt. Nothing came out. Because guess what? All they care about is the money. Those movies can still be on fucking platforming, but they grind it to a halt. If that's your case, that your movies can only be watched on a certain platform, and if theaters are gone, movies are gone, your fucking industry is stupid. It's like the equivalent of like, I don't even know how to compare this to video games at all. Like, because there's no real fucking equivalent. Oh, you can't buy a physical disc? Literally, video games have got nothing but gone up in this pandemic. So it's like, that's how you fucking evolve. Movie theaters are like, no, they didn't. And the fucking Academy is like the fucking last hold after that stupid bullshit.
Yeah, well, I will say, though, we're going to see how the corona really affected gaming by next year. I mean, because, like, everything that was going to come out this year, even though, like, they had to, like, hold off on shit and, like, release it a little bit later on, whatever, that's fine. But, like, the development teams had to be working all year to come up with the next years of shit. So 2021 is going to be a very interesting year for gaming. And there's a couple things I'm excited for, but, like, boy, and then especially what like Cyberpunk did to all the indie games. Holy fuck. Yeah.
I really want to play the medium. I think the medium looks good. I want to play a game that's like Silent Hill, but not like the last 3 Silent Hill games.
Oh, yeah, man. But here's the thing, guys. So, unfortunately, I actually do have to go. We're going to review the Nobi trailer, as well as the Werewolf of the Apocalypse, and then also Wolfwalkers. Those are the few things that we're going to touch on. So, we'll definitely do that on either tomorrow or Saturday. I think I might just save it for Saturday, because we're also going to review Monster Hunter. I don't care if I have to boot.
Wait, there's a legit copy you can watch out there?
Yeah, it's been out for 2 weeks already. It's just I'm holding out for a better version of whatever that thing is.
That might never happen unless they do a fucking streaming. Oh yeah, it is. I wonder how bad the quality is.
It's not that bad. It's just the movie's probably bad. I'm like really.
I'm sure the movie's garbage. Let's be real here. But how bad is it to look?
No, it's not that bad. But here's the thing. So Ganja.
Yes.
I know I don't say this to you often, but you won. I was wrong. The movie came out in December.
That doesn't count. Because the movie immediately got taken out of theaters and it was only available in China. So you're still winning, Nick!
No, it's coming out literally tomorrow. At my theater in Arizona.
Never mind.
Yeah, motherfucker. I was so pissed because Ganja's like, I don't give a fuck gonna happen.
Look, to be fair, man, Free Guys was also supposed to come out and it got pulled, so you could have been right.
This is what it's like to be on that winning shit. I feel good.
Oh, fuck you.
But, yeah, Marissa, like, watching After Hours, allegedly. Yeah, no, I wanted to watch it with y'all, but I thought you guys would hate doing a bootleg.
Hell no.
When I imagine all the jokes, too. Hey, look at that. That's stupid. It's like, I'm trying to hear the fucking thing.
Oh, yeah, there's no subtitles, so, yeah, good looking. Dude, I looked through. The quality is terrible. If I'm going to watch that movie and try my best to not... Like, again, I think all the Resident Evil movies are terrible, but I've seen almost all of them, so I'm like, whatever. I'll sit through this, but I want to try to give it the best fucking viewing I can, so I'll just wait for a better quality rip.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, we'll talk about that just for a second before you go. I'm sorry. I know people are like, man, damn, I thought you were going to leave.
Monster Hunter.
No, Resident Evil, though. Movie boot. I was like, movie boot.
Movie reboot. Is it also a big boot?
No, this has
an RE boot.
Apparently the release date is going to be the fall of next year, which who knows if that's going to change or whatever, we'll see. But the biggest thing here, I'm going to scroll down, and here it is, dude. This is the live action stuff. They're actually finding places that look pretty similar to the game.
What? That's a fucking children's, like, school. What the fuck game is that from?
Well, it's close to the police station, so basically it's like Resident Evil 2. That's where the little kid Sherry hides or whatever. And then they showed something else. There was a mansion they showed. Oh, it's
Really?
not included here, but they literally showed the mansion, and I was like, dude, like, it's a pretty cool fucking little mansion because they're building it from the ground up again.
I swear to Christ, if I don't know if they're gonna use the police station. If they use any of the puzzles in that game, and the main character goes, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life." If he doesn't say that, I'm walking out of the theater because that stupid electrical puzzle on the bottom of the fucking police station that required you to use chess pieces is the single stupidest thing I've ever seen in a video game.
That's one thing I like about Resident Evil 3 is that Carlos walks in the police station, the same one from Resident Evil 2, and he's complaining about the puzzle, saying like, "That what the fuck? Why would that do that?" Like he calls it out.
I need somebody to call out in the movie. You can still do it because I'll laugh my ass off, but you need to fucking acknowledge that because that shit is so fucking stupid.
After Tomb Raider did that.
Oh my god, I'm glad you brought
With
up
this
Tomb Raider.
raccoon on it. Why do I need his key? I can just kick the door down. Shut up.
No, I'm glad you brought up Tomb Raider because Tomb Raider, the first 2/3 were pretty good because it was a regular movie, but the last is no, we got to be like the video game. And I swear to God, they stopped the movie for her to do a dial puzzle, and I bursted out laughing in theaters. Like I'm sure it ruined some people's movie experience, but I could not stop laughing because they literally just stopped the movie to do some video game shit. I'm like, okay. I know this is based on a video game title. Yeah. Though you honestly, you look it up, a Tomb Raider dial puzzle. It's not really like going to be cool to show for the chat, but you have to show this because it is so fucking stupid. But yeah, she's literally doing a dial puzzle like you would see in the video games, and it's like her just looking at the symbols and going, "I know this, yada yada," and I am dying in the theaters because this looks so fucking stupid, and it's like oh my god.
Because this is one of them, but I remember one being in the daytime.
Yeah. There's one tape. I might be able to find you the link real quick. But it's one of those things where it's like, hey, how do we incorporate puzzles into a video game? And sometimes you can pull it off. What was it? Dial puzzle, I think.
Oh, here it is. I found it. Yeah, this is ridiculous, y'all. Because it's taking so long. It's in real time. So she's like literally like, let me figure out.
She's literally looking at everything, going, I wonder how this works. And because of my past, I could figure it out. Because they're trying to show that she was really good at this kind of stuff. But this is so fucking stupid because it's that they're trying to make this video game thing into a real life without actually making it work. But the problem is the game, the games that they have the ability of hindsight to take from both games, from the Tomb Raider reboot and the sequel, which 2/3 of this movie is literally only existing because of the sequel Rise of the Tomb Raider. But they had better puzzles in those games where they're water puzzles where you have to get a water to a certain level. That would be more cinematic because you'd have the danger of the water, but then you'd also have the intelligence of the character. This dial puzzle is so fucking lazy and stupid that I'm surprised you didn't just give up going, guys, I got nothing, and try to look it up online. Yeah. Because it's fucking stupid. And then she never does another puzzle like the rest of the game. I'm like, this is the worst implementation of
You keep saying game, by the way.
Whatever. My bad. The Tomb Raider movie, and it's like I hated that the last third, and just because it's like Resident Evil, because for people that don't know the Tomb Raider games, it's kind of a hidden thing, but the end of the game always has some magic element, where magic exists in our world, but the most of the game is normal shit. It's just normal, really weird, but it's normal stuff. But then you have the last third where it's kind of go crazy, usually magic related. This one just ends with like Resident Evil 1 does, where we gotta stop this virus outbreak because that's what killed everyone. It's like no, it was magic. They say that in the video games that you're taking from it was magic, but you changed it because you're like, people don't like magic, but they love block puzzles.
Yeah, and I'm wondering too, like when it comes to shit like with magic, don't you feel like sometimes like that's just their very lazy way of just saying like it's just movie shit? Because even Superman's thing too, like they say he's weak to magic, but he's really just weak to awesomeness. You know what I mean? Like there's no. I hate those. I hate that excuse for fucking anything in either a video game or a movie or whatever.
But the thing is, like when you see the game, it's like ancient kind of, because you see a lot of stuff. It's like, oh, this woman, never aged and yada yada. But it's like a lot of stuff. It's like weather effects, where she's able to control the weather. That's how she keeps people from leaving the island. It's like it's a lot of interesting kind of old world, old magic stuff, and I found it really interesting because it added a threat to the character now. Because up to then you're gunning these freaking locals, and for the most part you're able to survive. But then we add this existential threat of now there's magic, something that you can't. It's more difficult to fight. So how's this character that has, for all intents and purposes, that no idea magic was real till now? How are they going to deal with that? And that's why I love those first two games, because they do a lot of cool stuff with that.
Yeah, but no, man, I'm looking at this shit though. The chat keeps pausing for some reason too. By the way, that's really fucking annoying. But let me know if that keeps happening, guys. But with that said, though, we'll save Wolfwalkers and some other stuff for Saturday. But with that said, guys, I really appreciate not only the guys in the Twitch chat, but also the YouTube. You guys were fucking great. Facebook, what the fuck? You suck. There's no one over there. What the fuck? I gotta figure out a way to make Facebook fucking useful. But with that said, though, Alan, why don't you tell me where to find, speaking of Facebook, where to find you and your other stuff that you do with Mr. Ganja Guru?
Alrighty then.
Miss?
So, yes, Miss. So basically, if you go to follow any one of us on Facebook, you'll often see me posting a lot of stuff for the Metropolis Collective. We have all sorts of content. The newest podcast just released their stuff. Sorry about that. They do a lot of K-pop stuff, so that just came up. So be sure to check that out. We just did an Illuminati live a couple days ago, so be sure to check out episode 70. Content Corner is still coming up with stuff. ARPG still doing their thing. Drop a like so you guys can see when the notifications go live. And if you're like, well, I don't have a lot of time to watch this kind of stuff because I'm busy. Well, we actually just right now for the next couple of weeks went on a hiatus where everyone's kind of taking a break for the holiday. So if you have an extra couple of hours, check out some of the episodes. You might end up liking our coverage of the election. You might like what's been going on in K-pop over the last couple of months. The Sports Pod has been doing, Cedric's been doing his thing. So be sure to check that out if you got some extra time.
Yeah, man. So with that said, guys, you're going to hear some music. And it's going. Oh, my goodness. So loud. I hope I fucking destroyed your ears. But we will see you most likely tomorrow for another pre-show. Probably going to be just Call of Duty. Warzone came out, so I do want to play some of that. And since it's free, I'm inviting all you motherfuckers, not only people to call right now.
No, I'm still playing Cyberpunk. Fuck you.
You got to finish it, too. You don't want that shit spoiled for you. But the thing is, though, guys, Call of Duty Warzone. Come on in, play with us either tomorrow or Saturday. It'll be cool. I'll add on anybody who's in the chat room to play with us. That's it. We're out of here. Share the fucking video. Comment. Do anything you can to give me attention because I love it so much. We're out of here.
Send them a dick pic.
Do not do that.
You know what? Fuck that. Send him a dick pic. Do it.
Goodbye, everybody.
That old dick.